First of all, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory and power to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the brothers on the highways and the byways, preaching and teaching this truth in sincerity. Safety, peace, and blessings to the elect across the four corners of the earth. As I always say, this is for those who have ears to hear, eyes to see. If it ain't for you, treat it like a commercial and change it. By the title, you could say I'm going to speak on being born again. And I'm going to try to make it as quick as possible. Alright, we're going to start off, of course, in the scriptures of John, the 3rd chapter. Those who be in the know, most certainly know exactly where I'm going. And I'm going to start at the top. John 3:1. There was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews. The same came to Yahushua by night, and said unto him, Rabbi, we know that thou art a teacher come from the Most High. For no man can do these miracles that thou doest, except the Most High be with him. 3rd verse. Yahushua answered and said unto him, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of the Most High. 4th verse. Nicodemus saith unto him, How can a man be born when he is old? Can he enter the second time into his mother's womb and be born? 5th verse. Yahushua answered, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born of water and of the Spirit, he cannot enter into the kingdom of the Most High. 6th verse. That which is born of the flesh is flesh, and that which is born of the Spirit is spirit. 7th verse. Marvel not that I said unto thee, ye must be born again. Alright. So in the verse, I give you some understanding on the verse where it says in the 5th verse of St. John the 3rd chapter, and in the 5th verse it says ye must be born of water and of the Spirit. Now the water is the word. We can go into precepts on that. I believe that's in Deuteronomy. Well, my speech should drop as due. I'm not too sure about it. Don't hold me to it. But I believe it's the 32nd verse of Deuteronomy. 32nd chapter and like the 1st or 2nd verse. All right. But I do that water lesson for another day if the Lord will. But he's talking about the water, which is the word, and the Spirit. The only person who can give the Spirit is Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Wa Yahweh Shai, the Son. All right. So he has to give you the Spirit just to give you the understanding. And I'm going to go a little bit more into that. All right. But we just read St. John 3rd chapter. And it says, except a man be born of water and the Spirit, he cannot enter into the kingdom of the Most High. All right. Let's go ahead and get Job 14:1. And it reads in Job 14:1, man that is born of a woman is a few days and full of trouble. Man that is born of a woman is a few days and full of trouble. Job 15:14. What is man that he should be clean? And he which is born of a woman that he should be righteous. All right. So as you can see, that's the so-called natural birth from a woman, because we are born into this world and we raised up to believe fake philosophies. We raised up to believe in such things as Christmas and all these things like that. And our foreparents was raised up to believe that, and so on and so forth, coming out of slavery after they broke us from the traditions that we used to keep, from the traditions that we did have. Okay, so they broke us out of that, and we're born into Babylon. We're going to be raised up in a Babylonian way. That's why the scripture reads in Job, those two scriptures, says that man is born of a woman, he is a few days and full of trouble. And that's why Yahushua said in the 3rd verse, you must be born of the water and the Spirit. All right, let's keep going. I want to give another example in John 6:63. This Yahushua speaking. It's in the red letter. If you have a red letter Bible, it reads, John 6:63. It is the Spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. All right, so the flesh profit nothing. So if you're born of a woman, basically that's the difference of it. You born of the flesh until you come into the knowledge and understanding and the wisdom of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, the scriptures, the truth, the way, and the life. And the only way you're going to get that, he would have to come in and sup with you. So let's keep going precept by precept, line upon line. Let's get Matthew 18:3. This Yahweh Shai speaking in the red letter. And said, Verily I say unto you, except ye be converted and become as little children, you shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven. So what he's saying, as you become as little children, that's being born again. What he mean by you becoming little children, all that shit you learned when you was growing up is false. the Christianity doctrine, you know, if you was into Islam, Quakers, 5%ers, Baptists, Catholicism, all that. He's saying you have to be born again. If you go to a newborn baby, a baby don't know shit. The only thing a baby really know how to do naturally is breathe, eat, and shit. That's all he know how to do. So he's saying when you come unto him, you got to wipe all that shit out your mind that you thought you knew and come as a little child. I don't know shit. I need to learn. That's what he's saying. All I know how to do is eat. That's it. And what you gonna eat? You're gonna eat the scriptures, because the scriptures, it symbolizes as bread, and it symbolizes as water. It symbolizes as honey, flour. Many of the things the scriptures is a symbolize of, but it's always compared to food. So children, like I say, naturally instinct, when they are born, they naturally know, hey, my stomach hurting, I want to eat. All right. So, but as far as intelligence, a child, a newborn baby don't have no intelligence. That's what he's saying. So we must come into this truth. We didn't know these things, you know. All right, let's keep going. I'll give you another example in Luke 18 and 17. As this is just another precept on that for Matthew 18 and 3. Luke 18 and 17, verily I say unto you, whosoever shall not receive the kingdom of the Most High as a little child shall in no wise enter therein. So you got to receive this truth and this knowledge as if you don't know. You got to come in wanting to be hungry for knowledge and learning. And that's a sign of humility. You can't come in the truth, talk about, well, I already know this, I already know. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Even if you did know, and naturally, if you be an Israelite, you're going to have some things in you, because we are Israelites. We're going to have some things about us, like not to fuck another man's wife, you know, certain things like that. Don't steal from your brother, you know, same things like that. You know, so I mean, naturally, certain things you're going to have inside you, because you do have the Spirit of the Lord in you, as far as that you were being his people. All right, let's keep going. I want to jump all the way over to 1 Peter 2 and the first and second verse. So that's 1 Peter 2nd chapter, first verse. Wherefore, laying aside all malice and all guile and hypocrisies and envies and all evil speakings. Second verse. As newborn babes desire the sincere milk of the word, that ye may grow thereby. So what does babies drink? Milk, okay? Not no fucking Similac. That's a GMO milk, all right? You don't want no GMO milk. Talking about referring the GMO milk would be these other camps. Calling them out, GOCC, IUIC, must I go on? You want the pure milk and the pure doctrine, in which that comes from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua through the apostles and through all the brethren, through all of Akim out there in Great Millstone. All right, so you want the sincere milk of the word, but as newborn babes, in other words, whatever philosophy you was in, because everybody in some philosophy, whether it be the philosophy of worshiping yourself and trying to get rich, you must drop all that shit, freshen your mind, clean your mind out, put all that shit aside, and come unto this truth as a baby in humility, okay? That you don't know anything. And once you are reborn again, if the Most High find you worthy to be reborn again and to receive this truth and this knowledge, understand that you must stay in the knowledge, okay? And in order for you to, and it's just nothing that you can attain to yourself, as the scripture say in Revelation 5 and 5, you know, that the Most High that Yahweh Shah got to give you the understanding, okay? He is the one that unsealed the book, all right? So once you come into this truth and you are born again, you must not fall out of the truth, okay? You must not fall out of the truth, because it will hurt. I just want to give you one more scripture and get to the point. Second Esdras 6 and 25. And I'm going to hit the 26th verse. Whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation in the end of your world. This is the angel talking to Esdras in the Apocrypha 2nd Esdras. The 26th verse. And the men that are received shall see it, who have not tasted death from their birth. And the heart of the inhabitants shall be changed and turned into another meaning. So what did he mean? They have not tasted death through their birth? From their birth. In other words, once the Most High found them worthy and they were enlightened with this truth, they did not go back into the world or whichever philosophy they was dealing with, or some new philosophy or some new doctrine. They stuck with the truth and they stayed with the truth to the best of their ability, and they stood firm for the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. And the precept you could get to that is Luke 9:62, I believe. Well, I'm paraphrasing where he said, any man put his hand to the plow and looketh back is not worthy to be his disciple. So they have not tasted death since their birth. That means once they came into the truth, they remained and they stood firm. Okay? But brethren, who be of the elect and who hear these words and who see these words, please wake up, brother. We want to get the fuck out of here. I hope it was edifying to those who have understanding and those who have eyes to see, ears to hear, who is allotted by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah to get this truth. I want to say all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Double honors to the apostles, a great millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the brothers on the highways, preaching and teaching this truth in sincerity. Safety, salutations, and peace and blessings to the elect across the four corners of the earth. Shalom.